welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Maybelline Soda Pop palette. This palette came after the Lemonade Craze Palette, and this palette took the internet by a storm. So I was really excited to purchase this one, and I want to go ahead and get into this. Now before we do that, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button and click the bell button so that you know when I come up with another video. Alright guys, so let's get to this. On my eyes is the Soda Pop palette. So before we get into any of that and I'll show you how I got there, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information on this palette. It is a 12 eyeshadow palette with some mattes and some shimmers, metallic finishes. On the back it has different looks that you can do, which I think is really nice because if you don't really have an idea of how to use this palette, they give you ideas right in the back. As for the ingredients, there is talc and mica in this, so if you are allergic to any of those, please do not buy this palette. The weight of this palette is 7.4 grams and 0.26 ounces. The inside of the palette looks like this. There is no mirror up here. So if you really like palettes with mirrors, that might be a huge negative for you. For me, it's not that big a deal because I do my makeup here at home. If I do it in the car, then I guess I would have to have a separate mirror, so that's not too good for me. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the swatches that I made already beforehand in the daylight so that you guys can see every color and how it looks. Now the swatches did not look pretty, you guys. I had to go in not once, not twice, but 3 or 4 times to get the pigmentation that you see right now. So I wasn't too crazy about that. I wasn't too hyped. However, like I've said on my channel so many times, sometimes a swatch can look hideous, but then on your eye it can look absolutely stunning. So I'm not basing it off of that, but I do want you to know that in case you buy the palette and you're like, oh my god, the swatches look horrible. Don't worry, you're not alone. I did experience the same thing. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys 4 swatches live so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to go ahead and grab, let's see, root beer, this dark brown, cherry on top, this beautiful orange color crushing. By the way, crushing, this color right here feels different from every other color in the pan. It feels just a little bit more rough. I wouldn't say chalky, just a little bit more rough. These feel buttery, but this one just has a slight different feeling when you go into it with a finger. And the last one I'm going to take is Grape Pop right here, this beautiful purple. So they're on my fingers. I'm going to go ahead and swatch it right here. That's how they look. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there they are. There are the swatches. Now the brown actually looks a lot better. That's a little strange, but when I did swatch it, I swear to you guys, it did not look that pretty. Maybe I had to like take off a few of the top layer for it to come out like that. I'm not sure, but this one at first did not look this pretty, I promise you, okay? But yeah, those are the swatches. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I got this look right now on my eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and do my normal tutorial. For the sake of time, one eye will already be done, so you'll see how I did the other eye and the entire look at the end. My lids is just concealer, no white base primer. You guys know the tea with that. You know I don't use white base primer on this channel because I do believe you want to review a palette on its own without any added white base help. So let's get started. Okay everyone, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my thoughts on the Soda Pop Maybelline palettes. I'm gonna give you guys some cons and some pros. This palette does need a bit of a build up. It doesn't have the insane pigment that you see in the pans when you put in your brush. With a white base primer, I do think that's gonna come out way more pigmented than what you see on my eyes. However, you do see it on my eyes. It does take some time to build up, like I said, but it does work. Another thing that I noticed was that this shade right here, Cherry Cola, it smells like lipstick. That's the only scent that I really smell throughout this whole palette. I smell lipstick when I smell Cherry Cola. One pro is that the shimmers in this palette are really pigmented. They are really pretty, and I did not go in with a wet brush. I went in with a dry brush and they did show up really nicely. Another pro in this palette is that the shadows blended beautifully. Of course, I do have good brushes. Brushes make a big difference when it comes to how a palette performs. The last pro that I have about this palette is its price point. I bought this palette for about 10 bucks in Walmart and it is 100% worth $10. It worked, it did perform well. I mean, I love the way my eye look turned out and I think it just looks absolutely stunning. Anyways, that's enough of that. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.